Hey everyone, Matron here, bringing you another Starcraft 2 commentary, this time Game 3 in the clan war between vVv Gaming and Evil Geniuses. We saw IncontroL was able to even up the series in the last game, taking down vVv Angry, who had previously beaten EG Strifecrow. So we'll move on to Game 3 here. We have IncontroL spawning as the red Protoss in the northern position of Lost Temple, and his opponent will be vVv Murder spawning as the purple Terran in the southern position. So once again we will have a PvT, and IncontroL was able to really harass the economy of his Terran opponent in the last game, taking down a number of SCVs with those Dark Templars. He did hide that tech, hid the Twilight Council, and the scan did not see the Dark Shrine. So he's just able to macro up a lot faster than his opponent, got up a superior army, was able to tech up as well to Templar, and then the Psy Storms and the Darks were able to take down the forces of Angry. So now we see Murder, another Terran player on this vVv team, hoping to be able to once again put his team in the lead in a 2-game-to-1 lead over EG, and IncontroL hoping to get on a roll and take down a second Terran opponent. So we see IncontroL sending out that scout after the 9 pylon. So again, on these 4-player maps, typically see the Protoss sending out the scout after the pylon rather than after the gateway. And it looks like he will be going for a 12 gateway here. So pretty early for a gateway on this map. But that 12 gateway is going to allow him to get up the cybernetic score a lot faster and just really start teching up. We see that he is able to come in here with the probe. He's going to be able to see the barracks and going to see the gas timing as well for Murder. So going to try to do as much harassment as he can on these SCVs, just like in the last game. Prevent this barracks. You really want that SCV to have to pull off the barracks for just a moment and stop that stream of Marines from coming out. We did see IncontroL in the last game did a gas steal, so what that did was it really limited the options for his opponent, and he didn't have to worry about getting up any detectors because he knew that Banshees weren't coming, and he may be doing the same thing here, going right for that that geyser and throwing down an assimilator. So now he will be able to go either Stargate tech, or he can go for the Twilight Council once again, not having to worry about early detectors to try to fend off those cloaked Banshees. Do see a tech lab going down immediately for Murder, so he did not create a Marine this time, and now going to be getting out a Reaper. Reaper's very good at scouting on this map, multiple points they can jump up. And we do see the Reaper really coming into play a lot more for the Terrans these days. They understand that the Reaper not very good at attacking anymore, as you won't be able to get that speed upgrade until you get the factory. But just great scouts, you can keep it alive the entire game, hopping up and down on top of the high ground, and making it into your opponent's base whenever you please. So now we have the cybernetic score coming out. Looks like we don't quite have warp gate tech, so be interested to see what IncontroL does here. Now just starting the warp gate and also chronoing out the first Stalker here. He does have a Zealot out, which shoot away that SCV, but the Reaper is on the way for Murder, so he's going to be able to hop up into the base here and just see, well, not too much at the moment. The gateway and a cybernetic score. The Reaper is going to be shot at by this Stalker, and good positioning here by the Stalker. IncontroL had it rally down there immediately, and he knew that the Reaper was on the way. So Murder getting up another orbital command just on the 1 gas, has not even started in on that assimilator. So the first 2 Marines here standing guard at the front door rather than taking down the assimilator. That Reaper just sitting outside IncontroL's base looking for an opportunity to hop up. IncontroL working off 1 gateway right now, has not chrono boosted out the cybernetic score yet, and maybe saving up some minerals for another tech building, perhaps a, well, we'll see. As the command center is down for Murder, and IncontroL does not know about this. He has not poked up into the base of Murder in quite some time. Wonder if this, actually he does know about this. The command center is in range of this assimilator, so it might have been a little bit of a mistake on Murder's part, and IncontroL knows that his opponent's not going to be pushing out too early here and throwing down that Nexus. So both players will soon be on 2 bases. IncontroL getting out a robotics facility as well. If we check out the army tab, it's just 400 to 350. See the Reaper popping up here, gonna go on a suicide mission. The Stalker will be able to catch it, but not before the Reaper did see the robotics in the second gateway. So Murder will know that observers are on the way, perhaps Immortals, perhaps Colossi. Do see the expansion about to come up for IncontroL. Already having that command center up does Murder, and he's creating an orbital command here. So out comes this robotics facility. We do see the observer is on the way for IncontroL. Getting up a number of pylons can really spread your tech on this map. Quite a large starting base, and you definitely do want to spread your tech against a Terran player. Try to deny those scans from doing too much good scouting. Looks like Murder moving across the field with a number of Marines at this point. He has a superior army. He also has STEM complete. He's also working on concussive shells, those just completed as well, and maybe looking to do some early damage here. IncontroL on that tower, moving out or back to his base. Going to have this observer follow these units for Murder. And Murder going to see what kind of damage he's going to be able to do with these Marines. IncontroL moving in and trying to take on the Marines. Some force fields going down, but if anything, they're just preventing the Zealots from getting to the Marines and Marauders, and Murder going to be retreating here. IncontroL not taking too much damage. Down goes one of those Zealots, and Murder just going to pull back here, perhaps wait until he gets some medevacs or some higher tech. Out comes the first medevac, landing that starport on the reactor prepared by the barracks. And we see both players getting their economies up and running. 35 harvesters compared to 34. But again, the Protoss player with the Terran player with the 2 mules can have quite the advantage. We do see a robotics bay on the way for IncontroL, so going for Colossi in this game to take on the Marines and the Marauders of Murder. See a drop coming for Murder here. I believe that drop ship actually went right by the observer for IncontroL. He's moving a number of Stalkers into position here, so going to be preparing for this drop, and Murder's going to have quite a surprise when he gets over here and sees these 6 Stalkers taking that medevac down to about half health with 1 shot. So this 8-pack of Marines not going to be able to do too much damage here. Going to try to find another angle of attack. Meanwhile, the first Colossus coming out for IncontroL. Trying to chrono that out. We see upgrades coming out for Murder. He's got the level 1 infantry upgrades as well as the combat shield. Maybe focusing on Marines just like his teammate did. 1 drop Marine coming out, just going to test the front door of IncontroL, see what kind of unit comp he has, then stimming and running away here. That's going to give Murder time to move this dropship into position on the high ground. Do not believe that IncontroL has sight up here. So it looks like he's going to drop these Marines in the back of the mineral line of these probes, taking down 2 probes. And now the Marines going to have to skedaddle out of there as the forces of IncontroL moving in, taking down that dropship to about a quarter health. So that dropship going to be dropping these units on the high ground, healing up these Marines, and perhaps doing some damage. Can take out the assimilator at this point. We do not have any air, do not have any observers up here to give sight for the high ground. So Murder going to try to pound down this assimilator. The Colossus comes over, does have high ground sight, and is going to start attacking these Marines here.